Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another IC Markets pre-market live analysis. Okay, and today it'll be a bit chill. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so this is the disclaimer. Remember that everything in this webinar is educational in nature, and yeah, please remember to do your own due diligence before you guys trade. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so for the agenda for today, we'll go through the high impact news events for the week ahead and also key tactical setups to watch out for. Oh, hi. Let me see. Good evening, my friend. Can you analyze AUD USD, please? Yes, sure, of course. So remember, if you guys have any instruments that you guys want me to go through with you, please go ahead and type in the live chat any instrument, alright? And I shall go through with you guys. Okay, so without further ado, let's head on and go through the hold on a minute. Yeah, go through the key news events for the week ahead. Alright, and I'm your host for today. My name is Woon, and I'll be going through with you guys the pre-markets live analysis. Alright. Okay, so moving forward, the key news events for the week ahead. Okay, for Monday, right, we have the USD ISM manufacturing PMI news. Okay, so from my experience, this news won't really affect the markets, so you might expect for Monday to be a little bit less volatile. Okay, and for Tuesday, we won't have any news, so you can also expect for the charts to be not so volatile. Alright, to put it simpler. Hi my friend, can you do an analysis on GBP USD? Yes, of course. Later on I shall go on to the chart after this. Alright, so please bear with me for a little bit while I go through the key news events for the week ahead. Alright, so for Wednesday, we have the AUD CPI news and also AUD trimmed min CPI. Alright, so you can expect AUD USD to be pretty volatile, or AUD USD, AUD JPY, and AUD CAD. Alright, if you guys actually trade those pairs. Okay, so the next thing is USD ADP non-farm employment change, and also USD jobs opening. Alright, so you can expect for Wednesday the USD pairs to be volatile because we have non-farm employment change. Alright, as well as the job openings. Okay, and for Thursday we also have CHF CPI, and for we also have USD unemployment claims. Alright, so pairs such as USD CHF will definitely be very volatile. Okay, so for those of you who are actually trading the USD CHF pairs, please be careful. Alright, okay, so on Friday we also have CAD. Okay, CAD employment change, CAD unemployment rate. Okay, also we have USD non-farm employment change, as well as USD unemployment rate. Okay, so for those of you who are trading USD CAD, alright, please be careful as well, because we have very volatile news coming up soon. Okay, next this coming Friday. Okay, and we also have the USD preliminary, UOM consumer sentiment, as well as the inflation expectations. Alright, so let's see how the Feds will actually cut interest rates or maintain the interest rates. Okay, so without further ado, now is the exciting part. Let's head on to the charts to do the analysis. Okay, let's start off with the XY. Alright, so if you look at the bigger picture of the XY, you can see that let me put this. Okay, so if you look at DXY, we are actually bullish right now because price is within the bullish Ichimoku cloud. Okay, so and also right, price has broke out of the descending trend line, descending channel, which is this channel over here. Okay, and you can see a bounce over here. Alright, so we'll label this as our pivot point. Alright, for price to wait, give me a moment. Let me change this. Okay, this should be my first support. Oops. This should be my first support. Alright, and since price is bouncing over here, we can expect price to continue upwards. Alright, let me see if I can adjust this a little bit more. Yeah, okay, then this is my second support. Alright, and since we are projecting for price of DXY to actually rise up towards this level, alright, so this shall be our first resistance area over here. Okay, and the next thing is this is our second resistance. Okay, and let me see if I missed anything out. Let me see, first resistance, second resistance. Yeah, okay, so we are expecting for price to definitely go up from here, and let's see. Yeah, okay, so this you should be marking out your levels over here, and we shall see. But let me see, let me take a look at this. Okay, give me a moment, let me adjust this a little bit. This should be my first resistance. Yes, I think this is more viable. Alright, give price space to breathe. Yeah, okay, and this should be at the, okay, and this is my, yeah, I think this is perfect. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I think this is fine. 61, and then 38 and 61. Alright, yeah, so our first resistance aligns with the 38.2% Fibo retracement level, and our second resistance aligns with the 61.8% Fibo retracement level. Alright, so let's see how this might play out for DXY. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, so the next thing that we will be looking at, AUD USD. Okay, let's move on to AUD USD. Okay, let me remove all of these. Okay, right now price is here. If you turn on the Ichimoku cloud, you can see that price is above the Ichimoku cloud. Alright, so you definitely want to, wait, let me see. Okay, so this will definitely be my support over here. Okay, and this shall be my second support right about here. Okay, so we are looking for price if price actually do stay above this first support in an hour's time, right? Then you can continue to stay in your buy positions if you are in a buy position. But if not, you can still enter for AUD USD. Okay, because if price actually do close above this first support level, then we will be looking at this area over here. Okay, this is my first let me zoom in a little bit more. This is my first resistance. Okay, let me just mark this out. I think we shall not use the FIBO because price has already closed at this level over here. The next thing is let me see. Okay, we shall put it at this level over here, which is technically the supposed left shoulder. Alright, we shall not place it all the way above here because it is too high. We shall place it at a common level where price has reacted to before, which is this area over here. So this is my second resistance. Okay, so let me see projection. Let's take a look at the projection over here. Okay, you can see right here, right? Price for AUD USD is projected to go at least towards this second resistance over here. If not the first resistance, it will be the second resistance. Alright, let me see. Yeah, it should only be this projection over here. Okay, so we are looking at a bounce from here for the first support to the first resistance level over here. Okay, so potentially we are looking for price to at least close above this first support level. Alright, okay, next thing is GBP USD. Alright, so for GBP USD, let me see GBP USD. Okay, so for GBP USD, right, if you turn on the Ichimoku cloud yet again, alright, you can see that price is currently above the Ichimoku cloud, and you can see price is forming bullish momentum over here. Alright, so let's mark out our first support level. I think this is fine. This first support area, we choose this as our first support area because you can see how many times price has reacted over here, right? After it broke past this resistance, it became a support. Alright, so oops. Alright, so we shall use this as our first support level. Alright, then the next thing is of course our second support, which is this level over here. Alright, this is a overlap support area. Okay, then the next thing is for our resistance. Alright, our resistance, let me see. Okay, we shall use this as our first resistance level. Alright, and then the next thing is this level over here, which is our second resistance level. Okay, alright, let me see. Okay, let's use this. Okay, you can see if I mark out the 38.2% FIBO retracement, you can see how many times, it's only twice that price actually rejected this area. So, okay, price might not actually go past this first support level. So, once the market open, and I would say wait until the London session, alright, then you shall enter buys of GBP USD. Okay, so that is my suggestion. Alright, because you can see how price is actually closing above this area over here, so definitely we would want to take buy positions. Alright, let's see. Okay, if I were to do a projection over here, okay, we shall not use the projection. Yeah, so we are looking for the price to rise towards this first resistance area over here. Okay, let's see. Yep, this should be it for GBP USD. Alright, my friend, sorry, I can't really 9690. Yes, my friend, yeah, this is the analysis for GBP USD. And for herein, right, this is the analysis for AUD USD. Hope it's clear enough for you. Alright, okay, so let's see. Alright, let's move on to GBP. Let me see, GBP USD. Yeah, okay, let's move on to Euro Dollar. Okay, this is the core instrument that most beginners, I would say, would start off from. So we shall use Euro Dollar. Okay, so for Euro Dollar, one interesting area that I am actually looking at, right, is this area over here. Okay, this is my first support level. Alright, and the reason why I would choose this as my first support level, okay, is because if you turn on the Ichimoku cloud, alright, price is still above the Ichimoku cloud over here and is forming bullish momentum. Alright, so what I will be looking at is, let me see, yeah, is I will look for price to bounce off from this area over here to go higher. Alright, let me see, let me take a look at okay, okay, so it will probably react to the 38.2% Fibo retracement level over here. Okay, so this is what I am looking at. Alright, let me see. Yeah, okay, so if you guys notice, right, there is also a fair value gap over here. Alright, let me just fair value gap. Okay, so right, either price will bounce off from this first support level over here, or price will do something like this, right, come down, right, touch this fair value gap, bounce, and go even higher. This is what Euro Dollar might be able to do. Okay, so let me just remove all of this to make it less complicated. Alright, then the next area is we are looking at this for our second support, right? And why I will also like this area is because, right, for those of you that usually attend the webinars, right, this area is pretty crucial, right, because we have a bullish engulfing candle right next to this bearish candle. Okay, so what I like is a number one, bullish engulfing candle. Number two, we have two consecutive bullish candles. Alright, so with that in mind, this is also a valid demand zone. Okay, so yeah, the next thing is for our resistance. Okay, so our resistance, we will mark this as our first resistance level. Alright, and then for our second resistance, it will be this high over here. Okay, so this is what I am looking at for Euro Dollar. Okay, GBP USD. Okay, let's cover the majors. All right. Okay, so the next thing is for USD CHF. All right, it is definitely bearish because if you look at the Ichimoku cloud, it is below the Ichimoku cloud and forming bearish momentum. All right. Then the next thing that we shall look at is this area over here, right? Whether it is able to, yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, whether it is able to hold below this first resistance level. All right, if it is able to hold below this first resistance level, then we shall look for sales. Okay, so let me see. Okay, we shall not use this Fibo. Alright, then the next thing is, of course, our second resistance level is over here, which is a pullback resistance level, while our first resistance level is a overlap resistance level because it has reacted to it before. Alright, so yeah, let me see. Okay, next thing is our support. Alright, so for our support, we shall place it right over here. This is a multi-swing low support level, reacted multiple times over here at this level. Let me see anything else below. Okay, I think we shall use this. Okay, second support. Alright, if I were to mark out my projection level, right, you can see definitely price might drop at least towards this first support level. Okay, so we shall label this as it going down. Okay, then the next thing is our projection. I think let me see, 61, 78, 61, yeah. Okay, so let me see. I think we shall keep the 61. Okay, yeah, just here, just this. Alright, let me see, anything else I missed out? Yeah, I think should be fine. Okay, moving on to USD CAD. Let me just clear all of this. Okay, so for USD CAD, same thing, right? We are looking for a bearish momentum, right? You can see first thing that we always look at is the Ichimoku cloud, and price is below the Ichimoku cloud. Okay. Alright, so we shall label this as our first resistance level over here. Alright, and then for our second resistance level, we shall label it a little bit higher, which is roughly about this level over here. Okay. Yeah, I think we shall label this here. Alright, so let's see how price might react to this area, to this level. Alright, let me see. I am sure this is roughly at the 78. Yep, 61.8% Fibo retracement level. Okay, so we are expecting for price to drop off from here. It has already rejected off this first resistance level. Alright, so what we want to see is for it to go up a little bit higher, stay below this first resistance level, and you might be able to look for sales. Okay, and also the next thing is our first support. It will be right at this swing low support level over here. Okay, then the next thing is of course our second support, which is this common level over here. Okay, yeah, so let's do our projection again. Alright, you can see price, oh, let me adjust this. you can see how price might be able to react to this area, right? Stay below, alright, and fall towards this first support level, right? Because this first support level aligns with the 61.8% feeble projection level. Alright, then let's see 61 and 100. Yeah, I think this is fine. 61 and 100. Okay, so we are looking for price. Yeah, very nicely. Price aligns very nicely. Let's see if price will continue to stay below this first resistance and continue to drop. Yeah, so what it will look like will be roughly about here, something like that, to continue its bearish momentum. Alright, so we shall follow the trend, alright, and see how this goes. Okay, then the next thing is, of course, this shall be my bearish arrow. Okay, alright, so next thing, USD JPY. Let me see. Wow. Let me take a look. USD JPY. Okay, we shall stay out of USD JPY for the time being, but if you guys want to see the analysis, it will be something like this. Let me see. Yeah, this is my first support. Okay, then this is my second support. Okay, and we are projecting for USD JPY to actually go up at least to this level over here. So this aligns with the 61.8% feeble projection level. Okay, so we shall label this, and this area over here shall be our second resistance level, which aligns with the 100% feeble projection. Okay, so yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, so we are looking for price to continue upwards. Alright, so for USD JPY, it is a little bit tricky, right? If you go to H4, right, let me just show you H4 analysis. Okay, so what you are actually looking at is for price to let me see. Yeah, wait, let me take a look at USD JPY. Fall back down. Okay, so what you are expecting for USD JPY, alright, you want price to break past this level, alright, then you will enter off this break and retest. Okay, enter off the retest. Okay, then what you shall look at, alright, is something like this. Enter off the retest, stop loss place above here, and your target, right, you are targeting this level over here. This is at least a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, so you are risking about 32 pips to earn 67 pips. Fair? Alright, that is about 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Okay, but let's see if price is able to break past this resistance level, alright, and retest, then you shall enter. Alright, if not, then stay out of USD JPY for now. Okay, let me just delete this, go back to daily. Okay, so this is what I am actually looking at. Alright, yeah, so next thing, NZD USD. Okay, so if you actually trade AUD USD, you might realize that NZD USD is similar to AUD USD, vice versa. Alright, so let me take a look. Okay, so for NZD USD, what you are looking at is for price to let me see. Okay, is for price to stay above this level over here. Alright, so this is your first support, okay, which is a multi-swing low support level. Alright, then the next thing that you want to take a look at is, of course, this area over here, which is a pullback support level. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Alright, so this is what you are looking at. Pretty simple actually. Then the next thing is, of course, this is a crucial resistance level. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I mark out the projection, it will go towards this 78, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we are looking for price to stay above this first support, and then you can enter off this area over here. Alright, then you shall enter off and look for price to bounce above this, bounce off this first support to go towards this first resistance. Okay, then of course your second resistance is a little bit further, right, which is this level over here. Okay, so this is what I am actually looking at for NZD USD. Alright, nothing too complicated. This pair, I would say, is one of the simplest pair. Yeah, because it has been reacting to pullbacks very nicely. So I would say let's hope for price to stay above this first support, and then you can enter off buys. Alright, yeah, so we also went through AUD USD as well. Let's see. Okay, let's move on to oil. Okay, so for oil, right, it is pretty interesting, I would say, right? So this is definitely my first support level over here. Okay, price has already rejected off this first support. Okay, and then let's see if price will be able to recover, because for oil to stay at the $50+ range, it's quite disappointing, I would say. But let's see if price will be able to recover nicely. Alright, then yeah, so this is of course my first resistance. Alright, and then for my second support will be this level over here, which is a swing low support. Okay, then the next thing is this area will be my second resistance. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. Let's see. Yeah, so this is just for general knowledge. Not a lot of people actually trade oil. Yeah, but if you, so far the price action for oil is, I would say, pretty good, right? Yeah, but let's see how things goes for oil. Okay, so the next thing is of course gold. Alright, gold is pretty interesting right now. Alright, so if I were to mark out these levels, okay, you can see this area is a very nice area for price to bounce off from. Okay, so I shall mark this as my first support. Alright, and also this is my second support. Both are okay, for the first support it is a pullback support, while the second support is a overlap support. Alright, so if you look at the bigger picture over here, okay, 50% and 78. Okay, so these are what I am looking at for gold. And then of course if you use this one as well, oh wait, okay, so we have a valid area over here. This is especially crucial, right, because we have the 50% as well as the 61.8% feeble retracement level, and we are waiting for price to bounce off from here. Alright, and then you shall enter, you can actually enter buys of this area. But let's see if price will actually come back down, because price stopped at this area, right? But we are seeing rejection candles over here, so price might possibly come towards this first support level. Alright, let me see. Okay, I think this should be fine. Yeah, okay, this should be the only two feeble retracement levels that I am looking at. Alright, what's next? Okay, oops, yeah. Okay, so for resistance wise, okay, our first resistance, we shall just label this here. Okay, just one is good enough. Alright, because we shall not, let me see. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think we shall just put this level. Yeah, I think we can just put this first resistance level over here. Alright, so we are projecting, we are looking for price to bounce off from here. Okay, Euro NZD. Wow, okay, that is a little bit. Euro NZD. Okay, let's go to Euro NZD. Alright, IC markets. Okay, let's do Euro NZD. Alright, for you, oh my friend, Euro NZD is not looking good. Let me take a look. I would say H4 definitely looks nice for buys. Okay, instead of daily, let me do H4. Alright, because H4 I would say looks better in my opinion. Alright, then daily. If you look at daily, right, it is quite, it doesn't look good, right? Let me see. Oh, actually, okay, actually, I like this area over here. Okay, and my friend, why I would like this area, let me explain to you. Same thing, right? If you look at this demand zone over here, right? If you are looking for buys, right, what you are looking for is firstly a smaller bearish candle, alright, and after that you are looking for a bullish engulfing candle followed by two consecutive bullish candles. Okay, and then this is a valid demand zone. Alright, so what you are looking at is this level over here. Okay, this area. Alright, If not, this is the second support that you should be looking at. This multi-swing low support level. Alright, but I would say most likely price will react to this area over here. Alright, there is no feeble retracement level, but I would say if you put it right here, alright, there could be a 78.6%. Yeah, you can see there could be a 78% feeble retracement level. Okay, so I would technically place it over here. If you go to H4, right, you can see it is a pullback support level. Alright, so you use daily and then use this setup. Okay, then the next thing is, of course, this area over here, this crucial area. This common level is my first resistance area. Okay, then the next thing is this area is my second resistance. Okay, yeah. Let me see. I think if I mark out my projection, yeah, I think we shall not use it. Yeah, okay. Then what we are looking for is a buy. Okay, clear enough? Oh, hi Watson. Okay, my friend, is this clear enough? Right, any questions? Oh yes guys, just remember, if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Alright? Okay, I think should be pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. Okay, let's see, we have some time, so let's go through. Okay, silver, I would definitely not touch it at all for the time being, right? Reason being, it is just, if you look at the chart right now, right, it is just bullish all the way. Okay, not much levels that you can look at, right? Except for this, probably I would say this area here. Yeah, about this area. No worries, my friend. Okay, this level. Yeah. Okay, 38.2 and 50. Okay, just this level. This is my first support. This is my second support. Okay, and then for resistance wise, we shall use this as our first resistance, and this as our second resistance. That's all for silver. Okay. Oh yes, sure. Like right now, I'm gonna do the indices right now. Don't worry, I'm gonna cover all the indices over here. US 30, Germany 40, S&P 500, and US Tech. Okay, let's move on to the indices. Okay. Alright, so for indices, right? Let me take a look. Wow. US 30. Okay, so for indices, right? It has hit the all-time high previously in December. Alright, and price is currently somewhat close to the all-time high. Alright, so what you could possibly look at is, let me see. Okay, so this could be my first resistance area. Okay, price could react to the 78.6% feeble projection. Alright, if I were to, yeah, okay, 78.6% feeble projection. Okay, then the next thing is, wait, let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so for our support, right, we shall place it right about here. This is our first support level. Okay, and then for our second support, which I think price might not at any point in time, anytime soon, drop towards the second support, but we shall just label it. Alright, so what I am actually looking at is for price to show some form of resistance over here, right, and for it to fall towards this level. Okay, and then the next thing is, of course, let me see. Okay, just this first resistance, I think it's fine. Yeah, because price is at a all-time high, right? You can't really know where price might hit to, right? It might actually continue to do something like this, right? Which here continue to trade within this zone, okay? Or they could do something like this as well, which is to break above and go past, right? So if there is an opportunity, most likely price might not go past this level because, right, price did not break past this area over here. Okay, if price did actually break past this level, then I would say do not sell over here. Alright, so that's what you just have to remember. Alright, let me see. Okay, Germany 40, very doable, right? If you look at this area over here, alright, this is where you should place your first support. Okay, and also I'm sure that we have something which is the 23.6% feeble retracement level. Alright, and then the next thing is, of course, this shall be my second support. Okay, and then this level over here, it is my first resistance. Okay, same thing, price reached an all-time high, so we are not sure where price might hit to, but if we mark out our extension, we might have an idea. Okay, 127.161.8. yeah, you can see there is a possibility that price might hit towards the 161.8% feeble extension level. Okay, so this is what we are actually looking at. Alright, don't go against indices and take sales. Alright, that is not a smart idea to do, right? Because price might actually go against you. Alright, okay, so the next thing is S&P 500. Okay, so for S&P 500 is a little bit untouchable right now, right? We don't really know where it might hit to, right? Could be here, right, which is this level over here, right? Could be this, alright, meaning that price, because price actually broke past this high, created a all-time high, right? So it could possibly come down, right, bounce off and do something like that, right? That is one of the possibilities, alright, for S&P 500. Okay, then the next thing that we shall be looking at is this area as our second support. Okay, and then of course the next thing is this as our first resistance. Alright, let me see. Yeah, you can see there is a possibility that price might actually come towards this first support level, which aligns with the 100% Fibo projection. Okay. So this is what I am actually looking at. Alright. Yeah. So nothing. Yeah. We shall leave out the second resistance for the time being, right? Most likely there will be changes along the week ahead, so you can just adjust accordingly. Alright. Then yes, the last thing, let me see. Oh yes, US tech. Okay. Let me. Okay, so for US tech, right? Hi Jamilu, oh my gosh. Were you here since the start or did you just come in? Yeah, but don't worry, my friend. Anyways, the live recording will be on the channel, so you can just tune in and watch if you miss it out. Alright? Don't worry. Okay? So this is the first support for US tech. Alright? So this is what I am looking at. I am sure this is at the 78. Yeah, 78.6% Fibo projection. Okay, so this is what you could be looking out for right now. For all the indices, most of them are based off projections. None of them really have Fibo retracement levels because of how the price action are. Alright, so yeah. Okay, then the next thing is, of course, this is a crucial level as well for indices. Second support. Alright, then this is my let me see, first resistance. We shall use this. Yeah, okay, then my second resistance is at this level over here. Okay, so we are looking for a bounce of this first support towards this first resistance, and then we shall see whether price will be consolidating or it will rise and break past this high. Okay. Alright. Any last questions so far? Right. If everything is good, right? Do send a emoji, right? If you could. Okay. Then I will know. Alright. Then I shall end off this session after this. Alright. If you guys have no questions. Okay, maybe give it like 1 to 2 minutes or so, right? Because I know that there is a delay between the live and when I'm speaking. Okay. Okay, great. I think that should be it, right? We've covered the majors, commodities, as well as indices. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today's pre-markets live analysis. This coming week will actually be a crucial week for USD, right? It will set the foundation for the month or even the first quarter of USD pairs. All right. Yeah, so that's it from me to you guys, right? I hope you guys enjoyed the session as much as I did, all right? And I hope that I have at least covered the pairs that you guys trade. All right, so that's all from me. All right, remember to stay safe and trade safe. Okay, I shall see you guys in the next pre-markets live analysis. All right, take care and bye bye.